Kūhinapapa, and we are happy to continue on our webinar series that we started last year during COVID, and our series that we have created is in celebration of the intergenerational mana of Wahine. And if you joined us in 2021, we had ohana pairs and groups talking about their legacies in hula, philanthropy, Olelo Hawaii, surfing, all kinds of wonderful topics. And we listened to everybody's mana'o, and everybody said, yes, do some more. So we continued on in 2022. And that's all in mahalo to our sponsors. We have many people who registered for this evening. I think that they're going to be trickling in throughout the next few minutes or so. So we'll just get started with the logistics. We are live streaming on Facebook, and we're also recording this live on Zoom, and it will be also on YouTube. We have our sponsors here to thank. In our following slide, mahalo. Papa Yoga tonight, yay! This is why everybody is here. Tonight we have Papa Yoga with Makana and Mālia, who are mother and daughter team, teaching yoga with the intention to bridge the lahui into yoga spaces. It's going to be a fun, interactive webinar this evening. I hope you have your mat and your kawele for your sweat and some vai to stay hydrated. For those of you who are on now, please feel free to share where you're calling from. I'm calling in from Waialua on Oahu. And yes, our sponsors for our webinar series includes Papa Olelo Kahi, the Native Wine Health Board. There's also, in our next slide, Hawaii People's Fund, Oiwi TV, Ekolumenui, the University of Hawaii, Ho'olu'aina, and Mailipukahi Aina Momona Academy. We plan to have a webinar every month. We may have a surprise additional webinar a month throughout this year till December. And so look for our posts on Instagram and Facebook for our upcoming offerings. And without further ado, here we have Mālia and Makana to take us through some yoga. Mahalo.
O nau nai kalame kalehua e halele hua noia na kanoe o kaunoia ya no inei e li anei hoi o kahiki mai ai ki mai no ko ai ki puno me ke aloha 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 mai ka pi'ina kala I hae I kumukahi ai ke ku ana mai o kala maluna nei o ahua lua ka onohi o nā kai ai ka nā po o ka po kalai kumole olu o le hua I ka aina ka ilila aloha mai ka ko a pau o wau o Makana aloha mai ka lani o Pio Kane Kuahiwinui o Mālia and Crowningberg Kane ke ia ko uma kuahine. We are calling in from Salt Lake, from Alia Pa'akai on the island of Oahu. My mom lives in Kahalu'u on Oahu, and we just want to extend our mahalo to the organizers at ʻAha Wahine Kūhinapapa, to all of our kupuna who have made this one moment possible for all of us. And just want to start off with thinking about people Oakia, this time of summer solstice, and the intention that and the manifestations and all of the pule that we are going to begin. Yeah, some of us I've been seeing on Instagram and on Facebook that some of us went to Kane. Yeah, some of us went out into the mauna or went anywhere to put our intentions out there. So with that mana, we want to offer this Papa Yoga for the next just about 53 minutes to really get into our body and get into our breathing. Just to back up, I came to a yoga practice in 2012 in college at Manoa, and shortly after, a lot of nudging, like, hey mom, let's do this thing, yoga, she followed suit. So in 2015, I became a yoga teacher because I realized that this movement, when we attach it to pule and to breath, is really powerful, and it's something that us as Kanaka can really benefit from. Shortly after that, in 2000, when did you become a teacher?
Ooh, maybe 18 or 19?
In
2018.
2018, right before the lava flow, my mom ended up entering into a yoga teacher training as well and got her certification. So when we talk about intergenerational healing, intergenerational knowledge, this yoga practice kind of started with the daughter and went upwards to my mom. And I think that is, without tooting my own horn, I think that's really powerful for us as keiki and us as kamali'i to know that we have the power to, and the skills to send that healing upward into our ohana. And also the humility in that our makua can also take a few notes from us. Yeah, I see a few young people in our attendance list, and I'm very happy. So mahalo for being here. Did you want to add a bio, an introduction?
With my physical activities, I've always been thrashing my body. And when Makana invited me to do yoga, I thought, oh, yoga, shmoga, that's not really a hard enough workout for me. I'll stretch if I really need to. But so I was doing things like triathlons and marathons and roller derby. But when I finally did try yoga, it definitely was transformative. And it was not easy at all. I'm still learning how to do yoga, and I'm still learning how to work my mind and my heart. So it's definitely a practice that is gentle enough to be sustainable, but it's challenging enough to keep me interested. Yeah, but especially transformative.
So there are a lot of misconceptions and mana'o that people have about yoga, but at the basis of yoga, there are only elua mea. There are only two things that you really need right now to start a yoga practice. The first is pule. Yeah, everything we do, we go into the forest, we ask permission, we go into the ocean, we make ourselves known, and we offer some sort of pule. Same thing with yoga. There is an intention that we set for ourselves or for others. The second thing that you'll need is to breathe. Just hanu. Yeah, pule and hanu. And if you have those two things, you will be very successful on your yoga journey. And then we have basic tools of yoga, and this is in order of most important. The first thing you need is vai. Yeah, so take a moment, grab your vaya Kane, grab any type of water. Room temperature is best, but Hawaii, it's summer. I know, ice water, go for the ice water. Second thing you need is some sort of papa, some sort of grounding. So that could be a yoga mat. That could be a towel. It could even just be a sliver of space on the grass. anything to set your boundaries. Same thing in Hawaii. Yeah, in Loina, Hawaii, we want to set our boundaries. Mai kahikina, ai ke komohana. Yoga mats are really good if you want to really get into it. They're good for grit. Some yoga mats are wider, sometimes longer, depending on our own bodies. But you can read about that on the internet. Third thing you need, and these things to follow are just good to have, is some sort of block. Yeah, a cork block or a foam block. You don't have a block, even a towel, roll it up. These things are good for raising the earth closer to you in case that touching the ground may be a goal. You can always touch the ground. You just got to have a block to bring your hand a little closer to the ground. And then the fourth thing is optional, but usually when I teach yoga and when my mom teaches yoga, we teach alongside music. But we've learned that with the Zoom action, it's a little hard. So right now, I invite you to grab your kele pona hele or grab some sort of music and have some light, inspiring music on in the background. We recommend Mele Hawaii. I love Kainani Kahonaele. I just put anything with her on shuffle and I'll play my yoga, do my yoga. Or you could also search meditation on Apple Music, meditation also on Spotify. Yeah, so basic elements of yoga, pule, ame kahanu. Yeah, just prayer or intention and your breath. Tools that you will need are a papa yoga, a yoga mat, vai, most important, vai, room temperature is best, but if you have a couple ice cubes, no judging, get the ice water. A block if you have some music, and if you really want to be a little bit more challenging, you could have a yoga mat, a yoga strap, any type of kaula that could help you to like pull your leg a little closer to you, or to help you touch your hands touch your hands together. And that's just any type of kaula. You could even use a belt. I've even used the lanyard. I went to a yoga class right after work and all I had was my keys on my lanyard. Lanyard works well too. I think we can start. Yeah. Before we start, here for the next, perfect, 45 minutes, we are gonna do what's called a vinyasa yoga. A lot of movements, slow movement that's linked to our breath. And then in the latter half of class, Mom will lead us through some core exercise. Do what you can, or go even extra if that's what your body needs today. Then we'll do some balancing. Yeah, one leg, another leg. Then we're gonna get to a restorative class, more breathing, more long stretches, holding for about 2 to 3 minutes each stretch. So get your things together, your vai, your music, and let's meet in child's pose, keiki moi. Press your big toes together. Send your knees out wide. Thank you, Mama, for being the body. Slowly push your hands forward and connect your forehead down to the earth. Keiki moi, child's pose, maka'olelo Sanskrit, kapaia o balasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, hanuaku. Hanu mai kaihu, inhale through your nose. Hanuaku mai kawaha. Settle down into this Ne'ena yoga, into this posture. The intention of this pose is to let go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Any of the pupua hulu that you may have had to go through to get to this moment, let it go. Ho'oku'u, ho'oku'u. As you begin to settle into this pose, maybe shimmy your rib cage, shimmy your torso between your inner thighs. At this point, you'll feel a little bit more loose. As you feel more loose, you may want to extend your fingers a little forward. So inch your fingertips forward, stretch from your lower back all the way to your mana mana lima. E kolu ho hanu, hanu mai I ka ihu. Hanu aku I ka waha. E lua ho hanu mai. Hanu aku hoku. Ho'okahi ho hanu mai. Hanu aku. Mako hanu mai. Pa papa, tabletop. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop. Stack your hip bones, stack your kikala over your kuli, over your knees. Stack your shoulders, your po'ohiwi over your lima, over your hands. Send the crown of your head forward. Send your manava absolutely forward. So gaze 1 to 2 feet in front of your fingertips. Nice adjustment, mama. Send your sits bones, the bony or even the fleshy part of your booty all the way back. Feel solid in your kua, in your spine, in your back. Inhale, pee-pee cow pose. Drop your belly, gaze forward, send the crown of your head up. Micro bend your elbows. Point your mana mana lima I mua. Point your fingers forward. Slightly bend your elbows and point the bony parts of your elbows backwards. Nice adjustments. Take a deep inhale here. Hanu aku po poki cat pose. Round through your back. Lift up through your heart space. Send the crown of your head down. Goal is to one day bring the crown of your head between your thumbs. Breathe easy in this posture. I want you to feel all of the fibers, all of the muscles alongside your spine, really loosening. Yeah, any of that stress that you may hold in your back, hoku, let it melt away. And even in your mind, in your pule, think about your entire back that supports you all day, loosening up. We're gonna move into a flow, 3 rounds of a cat and cow here. So inhale, pipi, hanu mai, nana imua, belly down. Hanu aku po poki, kua I luna, nana I lalo. Elua ho ne'ena, hanu mai, pipi, cow pose. Hanu aku, follow your breath. One more, inhale, pipi. Hanu aku po poki. Inhale, tabletop, pa papa. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips upward. In this downward facing dog, if your heels are floating in the sky, mai ka iloa. Bring your feet hips width distance. One day, your heels will touch the ground. But if that is not today, micro bend your knees, lengthen your back upwards. Press into the 10 finger pads underneath of your nails and bring engagement in your arms. Avoid dumping down in your armpits. Avoid dumping down in your elbows as well. So micro bend in your elbows, bring engagement. Now stay here in silence for 3 breaths. Hanu mai. Hanu aku. Hanu mai. Hanu aku. Hanu mai. Hanu aku. Hanu mai nana imua. Nana I komau mana mana lima. Pelu li'i ko mau kuli, hanu aku hele wawai I mua. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Ragdoll pose. Bring your feet hips width distance. Bend at your elbows. With your hands, options to rest your lima down onto the ground. Second option is to grab onto your elbows. Third option is to interlace your fingers. Bring your fingers behind the nape of your neck. Third option is to just give yourself a lomi. Yeah, press onto your shoulders. Maybe press onto your neck. Some people like to also press onto their calves, your vavai. Just take this time to settle into your space. I'll give you 3 breaths in silence. One more, breathe in, hanumai. Hanuwaku, release your fingertips down to the ground. Tiptoe your feet to touch. Bend your knees and inhale, slowly rise. One vertebra at a time. Inhale, roll your shoulders up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down. Ule kalima samastitihi. Now that we're able to get all of the jitters out, really come into our space, I invite you to set an intention, set a pule for your Papa Yoga. Maybe set a pule for the rest of your month, the rest of your summer. Maybe take this pule all the way to the end of 2022. Hanumai. Hanuaku. Ho'okahi ho hanumai. Ke hanuaku ho'oku'u ka'ana like aku I kou pule. Mai ka inoa. Ina oi make e vehe I kou mau maka ai ole ho'opili kou mau maka kanina maka aya ya oi. Hanumai tarasa na pali ke kua. Lima I luna. Vavai I lalo. Tadasana mountain pose is the blueprint for all postures to come. So stack your hips over your ankles. Press your belly button into your spine. Relax your shoulders down. Spin your elbows to 45. Engage through your arms. Spin your pinkies towards one another. Send energy through your fingers. This is the blueprint of all postures to follow. Hanumai. Hanuaku, set into your core power. Inhale here. Exhale, mahina hapai ka au akau. Lima akau I lalo. Lima hema I luna. A ho'omalo I ka au akau. Ho'omalo I ko iwi au hema. Stretch through your left rib cage. Stretch through your left body. Maybe even feel a stretch in your armpits. Keep your feet grounded. Press your core in. Keep your shoulders leveled with, keep your chest leveled from side to side rather than caving your chest downwards. Inhale, Tadasana Pali Kekua. Hanuaku Mahina Hapa Au Ea. Bring your left hand down. Lima Akau Iluna. Stretch your right hand over. Push your hips out to the side. Stretch through your right side body. Micro bend in your knees. Avoid locking your knees in this posture. Nice adjustments. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Press your belly button into your spine. Open up through your right side. Hanumai palikekua lima iluna. Hanuaku pelu ilalo, forward fold. Micro bend your knees. The goal is to touch the ground. So bend your knees as much as you need to in this moment. Option, if you can't quite touch the ground yet, option to bring a block, a towel, maybe even a omole vai underneath your hands just to get that little bit of grounding through your hands. Any level of the yoga block is fine. Inhale, pelu hapa, halfway lift. Extend through your spine. So think mountain pose through your spine. This is also just like tabletop papa from the beginning of class. Bring your hands either onto your shins or onto your thighs. Lift up. This is just to reset your spine. Hanumai. Hanuaku manuku dandasana, high plank. Plant your hands underneath of your shoulders. Step your feet back, hips width distance. Fire up your core. Your core should be shaking a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower halfway down. Manu aiha, option to bring your knees down onto the earth just for a little stability. Nice adjustments. Inhale, upward facing dog. Alo I luna. Bring your knees off of the earth. Nice float there. Squeeze your elbows into your side body. Send the crown of your head upward. Smile just a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alo I lalo. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to do a flow. We're going to do a vinyasa with all of those postures we just did. So follow my voice or listen to Kumu Mālia or watch Kumu Mālia. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Holomua. Hanumai pelu hapa, halfway lift. Hanuaku pelu ilalo. Hanumai palikekua, mountain pose, tadasana. Hanuaku mahina hapa au akau. Hanumai palikekua. Hanuaku mahina hapa. Hanumai palikekua. Hanuaku pelu ilalo, forward fold. Hanumai pelu hapa, Ardha Uttanasana. Hanuaku, high plank, manuku. Hanumai, pause for the breath in. Breath out, manu aiha, halfway down. Hanumai, alo I luna. Hanuaku, alo I lalo. Mai kai, ho'okahi ho, one more cycle. Hanumai, nanai mua. Hanuaku, holo mua. Mai kai loa. Hanumai, pelu hapa. Hanuaku pelu ilalo. Hanumai palikekua, mountain pose, tadasana. Hanuaku mahina hapa au akau. Hanumai tadasana. Hanuaku mahina hapa. Hanumai palikekua. Hanuaku pelu ilalo. Hanumai pelu hapa. Hanuaku mailuna alalo chakaranga dandasana manuku manu aiha. Hanumai alo I luna. Hanuaku alo I lalo mai kailoa kakoa pau. Hanumai. Hanuaku. Okaiho. Hanumai. Hanuaku. Holomua kako ika apana kapa ia san bi awea. Hanumai nanai mua, look forward. Hanuaku holo mua, walk, step, jump, hop, fly to the top of your mat. Maikai. Hanumai pelu hapa, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hanuaku pelu ilalo, Uttanasana. Okay, listen for the change here. Hanumai noho, chair pose, Utkatasana. So you have a few options in this posture. Option to keep your feet close together or bring your feet hips width distance. Mom's gonna keep her feet together. Squeeze your inner thighs. Breathe lightly in this posture. So think about mountain pose from your hips all the way through the crown of your head. Hips are leveled and leveled from side to side. Then you're gonna grow through your spine, send energy through your fingers. Same thing with your hands. Point your elbows 45 degrees, spin your pinkies in, and then relax your shoulders down. Now let's focus on your core. Suck your belly button towards your spine. However, keep your chest mobile for the inhale and the exhale. Now at this point, I'm talking so much. Your thighs should be burning. If your thighs are not yet burning, ʻAha level 2. Still yet, if your thighs are not burning, ʻAha level 3, even more. Hula thighs, here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, pelui lalo. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, mai luna alalo, manu ku, manu ʻaha. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Mai ka'iloa. Give you a breather here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 3-leg dog. So think about it. Ilio e kolu vavai. But actually, did you know that in the olelo oivi of yoga in Sanskrit, there's no ilio. So yeah, think about that. 3-leg dog. Lift your right leg up high. Level your hips. Suck your core in. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your right foot between your 2 hands. Now pause here. I know that was a big movement. Come onto your spider fingers, or option to bring a block underneath your 2 hands. This posture is usually a transition, but I like to pause here because it's a really good hip stretch. Inhale, warrior 2, koa e lua, virabhadrasana. Nice. Isn't my model just amazing? She's so beautiful. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Press the knife edge of your back foot down into the ground. So your right toes are pointing forward, left toes are pointing towards the side. Stack your shoulders back over your hips. Think spine, mountain pose, and then extend through your fingertips. So us as po'e Hawaii, some people out there might be po'e hula. We're always conscious of what our hands look like. Yeah, pretty hands. So option, bring your fingertips together. Micro bend your elbows, make the pretty shoulders. Yeah, relax your shoulders down. Send energy through the crown of your head. At this point, if you are pretty advanced in your yoga practice, you can focus on your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor is like a bowl. In this posture, your hips are doing a lot of movement. So here I can see that my mom's hips are pointing to the 45. That's because the mobility in her hip joint is different from everybody. So wherever you are in your mobility in your hip, focus on leveling your pelvic floor. You want your pelvic floor to be absolutely neutral. This means that your puka kohe and your puka okole are exactly pointing downwards, not pointing forward or pointing downward or pointing backwards. That was a little too much information.
No duck butt.
No duck butt and no cowboy butt either. Yeah, no duck butt and no. Show us the duck butt, Mom. Yeah, if your butt is outward, but tuck your butt in. But also no cowboy butt. Show me the cowboy butt.
I don't think I can do that.
Oh yeah, cowboy butt cannot in this one. Yeah, like that. If you're cowboy butt, no. You want to keep your hips leveled, shoulder over your hips. Mai kai. Hanumai. Hanuaku. Hanumai ki ko'o imua. Hanuaku. Koa ki ko'o iwi au au. Extended side angle. Bring your right elbow down onto your leg. Extend your left hand upward. Now, at this point, a lot of your focus might be on your right foot, but equally focus your energy into your back foot and into your right foot. So if your legs are not yet burning, ʻAha even more. Eventually bring your right leg parallel to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out, stay in this posture. Inhale, reverse warrior. Send your right hand up. Maybe even send your right hand all the way to the back of your space. The point here is to open up through your right rib cage. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rainbow your hands down onto the ground. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid plank. Manu Ku, Manu Ai Ha'a. Bring your feet back. Both hands on the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg up high. Now pause. Focus on your elbows. Micro bend your elbows. Press all 10 finger pads down into the ground. Keep your hips level, meaning press your left hip down. Pull your right hip up. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your left foot between your two palms. Now pause here. If you did take the hip stretch on the first side, take that hip stretch here. Bring your palms down onto a omole vai or a palaka. Anything that will keep your shoulders leveled with each other. Nice. Exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, koa e lua, virabhadrasana, warrior two to the other side. Nice. So there's a lot going on in this posture. I'll just point out the main things. Stack your left knee over your left ankle. No forward, more forward than your toes. So gaze down into your knee. Make sure that your shin is parallel to the front of your space. Press the knife edge of your back foot down into the earth. Now focus on your back ankle. If you have hyperflexible ankles, you may feel that your Achilles is rounding outward. No, we don't want that. We want your entire back leg engaged. So if your ankle is rounding backwards, I want you to think about your right big toe mount. Press inward and down onto your right big toe mount. Square your hips to neutral, wherever that may be. If your hips are pointing 60 or 45 or straight forward, wherever you are, think about your pelvic floor. Think about the bowl at the bottom. Yeah, you have your puka kohe and your puka elemu. You want them to be equally downwards. Square your shoulders over your hips. Hula fingers, press your fingers together. Slightly down, but we always want a little lift in our wrist. Then the crown of your head upwards. And stay solid in your core. Breathe in. Breathe out. So once again, if your left thigh is not yet burning, aiha'a even more. Eventually parallel, nice adjustments, mom. Parallel your left thigh to the earth. Inhale, kiko'o i mua, hinge forward. Exhale, koa kiko'o iwi au. What's this pose called? Extended side angle, mahalo. Press your elbow down onto your thigh, open your chest up to the side. Maybe even extend through your armpit. Press your right hand upward. Send the crown of your head away from your spine. So if your left ear is touching your shoulder, lift your ear up, nice adjustments, and imagine a straight line from your manava to the bottom of your neck, all the way down to your spine at the base of your booty, at the top of your booty. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your same legs, same hips. Lift your left hand up and over. Maybe even like give the back wall a high five to open up even more. Nice stretch, mom, through your left side body. Inhale. Exhale, best part of class. Chaturanga Dandasana, Manu Ku, Manu Ai Ha'a, high to mid plank. Nice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're gonna flow through that listen to my voice or just listen to my voice. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Hanumai nanai mo. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, jump, or travel to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to mid plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, Manu Ku, Manu Aiha. Inhale, upward facing dog, so strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Vavai akau imua. Inhale, warrior two, koa elua. Exhale, koa kiko iwi au au. Inhale, extend, reverse warrior, mahalo. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You get them. Same thing, other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, maikai. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, manuku, manu aiha'a, mailuna alalo, chaturanga dandasana, oya. Inhale, upward facing dog, so strong, so beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll just do that one time. So breathe in, breathe out, and I'm gonna exchange it over.
My kai, awesome. Sip of water, those of you at home, that flow was extra hard. The slower the yoga, the harder it is. We are building so much muscles and using all of the big muscles, the little muscles, the twitches. Yeah. Moving into Pelu O Pu. And before you lay down, I recommend this song. So if you have your phone available, Mele Ho'ala Moku by Kaylee E. Rachel. There's a great beat. So I'm gonna give you guys a countdown by 5. So I'm just gonna drink water, we're gonna count down, and we'll start the music all at the same time. So make your way to your back. We've got 3 different exercises, starting our music in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, starting with just regular old crunches, hands behind your neck or in front of your chest. Lift, lower. Exhale, inhale. Lift, lower. Exhale as you squeeze up. Now while you're doing Pelu Opu, gaze up at Wakya rather than at your own belly. Your belly is there. What you're gonna do is lift your shoulders off the mat rather than curling forward. Now, can you exhale even louder? You are a mad kiai o kahale pa hona puke. You are a mad librarian. Blow out really loud. Everybody's too loud. Naughty kids. Don't talk too loud in my library. You guys got this. 8, 7. Can you lift a little higher? 6, 5. If you want more, lift your feet off the ground. Last 2. Last 1. Lift your knees up. Stack your knees above your hips. Bicycle crunches. Holo paiki kala. Elbow to opposite knee. There you go. Just like Makana. Or you can plant your feet on the ground and lift your leg up when you do this. We're starting to engage the obliques, but also your opu. Exhale as you bring your knee up. Oh my God, this is hard. Crunch it. You got this, Makana. Everybody's with you, not me. You got this. Let's do 8. Count down with me. 7. Yes. So strong. 6. 5. Can you smile? 4, 3. Are you guys hungry yet? 2, 1. Papaya picker his legs straight up. Microbend if you need. Reach your fingers to your toes. Here we go. Reach right, down, reach left, and down. Exhale as you reach up. That's it. Exhale as you reach up. Yes. So rather than bringing your knees or your legs in closer to you, really lift your torso, lift your shoulders, and keep that gaze up at the ceiling or at your toes. You guys got this. Let's do 8, 8, 7, 6. You got this, Makana. 5, just 4, 3. We're gonna go padding soon. 2, and 1. Okay, let your legs come down, toes on the floor, knees bent. Now lift your torso a little bit and hands reach forward. This is boat pose. If you want to lift your feet off the ground, come to a V, just like that. Just 4, 3, let go. 2, and 1. Awesome, relax. Pa'i di ma, go to 5. Yes. I really can't see you guys, so I hope that you did that. Okay, now that we have strengthened our opu, pelu opu, we are going to move into a hulihia. So that concept of hulihia in English inversion is where we flip our world upside down. And in yoga, our world is our body. And we've been already doing this with alo ilalo or downward facing dog. When we flip our world upside down, the bulk of our body is above our heart rather than vice versa. And when we do that, it's a little scary. It's extra hard. Our heart beats faster because it has more places to press out, push out the blood, but it makes us stronger. And there are so many health benefits when we do hulihia. Just like when we have hulihia in our families, in government, in aina, in pele, for example, we get stronger. We get stronger and we work through it. So this hulihia is called alala. And if you want, you can add in an arm balance. That is, expert level, or we can just do the hulihia. So I'm going to talk you guys through it. So come to standing. Makana will be our demonstrator. And here we are. So let's just bring our hands to heart center and recenter. Come back to your intention or to that person that your pule is for. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Okay, gently make your way forward to pelu ilalo. So forward, fold, bend your knees. And here we are in forward fold. Hands are gently on the ground. And now we're gonna start to press up like Makana. So you're pressing the ground. Bring your forearms by your knees. And then gently tiptoe your feet in so that your knees can touch your upper arm, my kai. What we are going to do is create a shelf with your tricep area. And your tricep is behind your arm. Or you can rest your knees just above your elbows. So let's all try that. Hands spread out on the ground. Bring your knees to the back of your upper arm. And this is alala. So Makana is in alala. Her feet are still touching the ground. Oh my God, she's flying. She's a flying crow. She is resting her head on her block at the highest pose. And this is alala, an inversion and an arm balance. So you guys can start, if you're not in the arm balance section yet, you can get into alala, feet down, lift one foot at a time. So bring one foot up, engage your core as you lift your feet. And if you want to try, go for it. And we'll give you a few moments here so you can play in alala, crow pose. My kai. See how her upper arms are a shelf for her knees, the back of her upper arms. mai ka'iloa. When you are done with alala, keiki moi, extended child's pose, right where we started. Bring your knees out wide. Reach your hands forward. Rest your forehead onto your papa. 2 rounds of breath here. Hanu mai maka'igu. Ho'o ku'u hanu aku. Once more, hanu mai. Hanu aku. Inhale, press up, tabletop pose. Exhale, breathe. And come to standing. Pule kalima, bring your hands to heart center. Moving now into a little bit of balance on our feet. This next pose is kumula'au. And what you are going to do is bring the inside of your right foot either to your ankle or to your calf or above your knee. And you can wedge it right there in your crotch, or if you need to, you can hold it down there with your hands. This is kumula'au. Once you get into that position, find some place to focus your eyes, your drishti. Find a little kiko to look ahead of you. Calm your breath. Gently breathe. And ina make, you can become your favorite kumula'au and extend your lima to become branches. Beautiful. Find balance, ku pono. Gentle breathing. Maybe your tree is in wind. You can move a little if you want. One more round of breath here. Hanu mai. Hanu aku. Slowly bring your hands back to pule and gently put your foot down. Prepare for your other side, kumula'au. And bring your foot up to your position that you would like it in. Definitely never put your foot on your knee. Avoid your knee. Once you find your drishti or your focus point, grow your beautiful branches. I ulu kalala iki kumu. Maybe think of one of your most inspirational kumu. This part of class is always so beautiful, especially when we have our lahui here. And I just imagine we are a ulu la'au o kalahui kanaka, thriving forest. One more breath here. And as you're ready, bring your branches back into pule and slowly release your foot. Mai ka'iloa. Hanu mai pali ke kua once more. Hanu aku mahina ke alo, baby back bend. Cactus out your arms, lift your heart and gently curl back. Lift up and look up. Hanu mai reach up, pali ke kua. Hanu aku hands down, forward fold. Hanu mai kalu hapa, halfway lift. Hanu aku, come to a comfortable seat on your mat. Nearing the end of Papa Yoga, oh my gosh, time flies when we are having fun. I want to share one extra transformational yoga pose for restorative yoga or yin yoga. This is uwapo ika ko'oia, or supported bridge pose. I want to change the name. I was inspired this morning. I was out surfing and there is a anuenue that was kissing the ocean. The whole anuenue was almost laying on the ocean. And I think that looks like supported bridge pose. So if you have a block or a pillow or a towel, you're gonna need to place something to support, to kako'o, your lower back. Feet on the ground, knees bent, lower back supported. The pillow, a rolled up towel, even a rolled up yoga mat is fine. And it would be great if we had 4 minutes to melt into this pose. But as you are relaxing here, let your mind relax and breathe naturally. I just want to share the transformations that this pose offers. And I am going to give you guys homework. You have to share this with a few other people. So uapo I ka ko'oia. This will stretch your chest and torso physically, mentally calm your mind and your nervous system. Internally, this will stimulate your thyroid, your lungs, and your abdominal organs. But even more so, this simple, comfortable pose, you should feel comfortable, is therapeutic for asthma and high blood pressure. So in this time of COVID going around, our lungs, asthma are under attack. So perhaps begin to invite this pose into your day. Maybe a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes in the evening. If you know anyone with those ma'i, asthma, high blood pressure, please share this with them. And you just melt and relax and close your eyes. Mindful with your hands, just like in hula, you can huli na lima I luna, perhaps for a blessing or inspiration to receive something, or huli I lalo to feel grounded, to papaha na mo. Mai kailoa. So we are gonna release this pose, and our final pose in Papa Yoga is always Moi Shavasana. So this pose, ideally you can have lay in this pose for about 5 minutes. The main point here is to let your feet and arms sprawl comfortably open and to just relax your mind. Close your eyes and breathe normally. Do not need to focus on your breath anymore. You can lift your heart a little higher and then relax. This is often a favorite juicy time of class when we play this awesome song and people start twitching and they actually fall asleep. But this is when we invite all the benefits, physical, mental, spiritual benefits of this whole moment in yoga, they finally get to sink in. So this is our restorative moment. So 3 breaths here. And start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently curl your chin to the right and left. Long body stretch, reach your arms up overhead. This is laying tree mountain pose. Stretch, 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 and then curl over to a hapu'u on your favorite side. Rest your arm on your bicep. This fundamental shape that we were in for so many months. One breath here. And then come to a comfortable seat so that we can close Papa Yoga together. Pule na lima, pani na maka, close your eyes. E na hoaloha, e na ohana, e kalahui, e na wahine. Mahalo nui no kia wā, kia Papa Yoga. Noho maua I moia o ko me ka ha'aha'a. Me kia aloha, me ka mahalo. No leila e kalahui. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Namaste. Namaste.
No leila, pai di makakoa pau. Mahalo for your intention and your pule and your time. Once again, mahalo to ʻAha Wahine Kūhinapapa for having us here. And drink your water, continue your pule, and we'll see you another time. Mahalo.
Mahalo and namaste. That was lovely. thank you for your Papa Yoga. I love that you guys did it, take turns and switched it up a little bit. For next month, we have another webinar offering. It's going to be all talking about cultural birthing and featuring some of the wahine who are working in the birthing realm, from Kalahui Okapo, a program at Kokua Kalihi Valley, Kaiulani Odom, and Puni Jackson, as well as Wahine Hula Ka'el will be, and she's from Kalauke Kahuli. They will be presenting next month, July the 4th. Thursday is always our standing time to have our presentations and webinars, 7 to 8 p.m. And we have, again, mahalo nui to our sponsors. And you can find the information to sign up for next month's webinar as well as the future webinars on our website. We always post our webinar flyers on Instagram and Facebook as well. So keep an eye out for our new posts. And the title of the webinar is He Lala Ulu Lahui Empowerment Through Cultural Birth Practices. And Kalauke Kahuli is a nonprofit based on Maui, and Wahine Hula will be sharing about their work in birthing. So Thursday, July 28th, 7 to 8 p.m. And I hope to see you all there. Mahalo nui for joining us for Papa Yoga. And malamak pono. Ahui ho.